I'm Erica Enders, driver of the Milling Performance Elite Motorsports CTech Manufacturing Chevy Camaro and 5-time world champion.
5.37, 210 miles an hour. Hey, what do you think about that?
What sets this 5th NHRA Pro Stock Championship apart from the rest? I'd say this championship is different because of the fashion that we lost the championship in last year. Greg Anderson had a dominant car all season long, and it still came down to the semifinals at Pomona, which is the final race of the year. And we got stuck in the bad lane and ended up losing the round and losing the championship. So it definitely motivated us to go to work in the horsepower department and in the race car shop, and as well as myself, behind the wheel in the cockpit. So we came out swinging this year. I really wanted to go to battle with these guys and show them exactly what we're made of, and we've done just that. How much credit do you give the Elite Motorsports team for your success? I've always said that people are the most important part of any puzzle. It wasn't until I landed at Elite Motorsports that we had the success that we have had. We came out swinging in 2014, which was our first year together. We won the championship that year, and then in 2015 as well. So while I've been driving at Elite Motorsports, I've won over 35 national events and 5 world championships. So I'd say it's been quite the success, but it's all because of the people. Has your team been using CTech storage for all of these championships? CTech has been our storage of choice since I have been racing at Elite Motorsports. They make our pit carts. We have door toolboxes on our trailers, the toolboxes inside of our trailers as well, and we feel like we win races and championships before we leave the shop with our organization and our preparation. So CTech definitely helps us with that. Can you name one standout moment this season where the team pulled together to get the job done in the face of adversity? I feel like there's a lot of moments that we face adversity. I went from being a 1-car team with 8 guys full-time to a 7-car conglomerate with 42 guys full-time on the road. So it's definitely controlled chaos in our pit area. But we face adversity every weekend, whether it be with parts failure and having to swap engines in just a few minutes to something that our competitors are throwing at us to take us off our game. So I feel like when our backs are against the wall, we definitely rise to the occasion, and we've proven it time and time again. NHRA Pro Stock drag racing is one of the most competitive and exciting sports in the entire world. How do you stay fresh and focused in between race weekends? I think we stay fresh and focused because we have a lot of on-track practice, and the other drivers that race for Elite Motorsports have real jobs, and this is my real job. So anytime a car needs tested, I do it, and I feel like it keeps my driving skills sharp. And when we're not testing or racing on the track, I spend all of our time at the Elite Motorsports shop, whether it's selling trucks and trailers, race car parts, or operations, to being hands-on on all of our equipment that goes to the racetrack. We know that you don't mind getting down and dirty to get the job done. How much work do you do on your own equipment during a race weekend? So I'm responsible from firewall forward. So on a Pro Stock car, we don't do much more engine maintenance than checking valve lash, and then we'll change springs if we need to, might shim a push rod, change a rocker. But if it's anything more intricate than that, we'll just swap engines because our heads are crazy, and we don't want to risk any error. So we come back and we'll run the valves. We get the engine to the same temperature, so valve lash is always equivalent. And if we need to change springs, we change springs. If they're not timed out, we just check spring pressure every single round. And then after all the engine maintenance is done, we check spark plugs, plug the CTech engine cooling cart into the radiator of my Chevy Camaro, and we get the engine as cool as we can get it. Usually leave the pit just a little bit below 40 degrees, and I'll go up and talk to my crew chiefs, and we'll go over all of the data from the run from our race pack computer. And then I'm also responsible for clutch setup on my car. So it's my clutch linkage is my non-electronic delay box. So I'll crawl under the car and change bell crank position or fork position, which helps to speed up or slow down my reaction time. And I take into consideration sun position, racetrack, what rear gear ratio we're running, the way that the sun angle is on the tree, and then leave RPM. So I'll take all those things into consideration before I set up my clutch linkage. So those are the things that I'm responsible for on the car. Being so accomplished in the Pro Stock category, do you think about competing in any other NHRA categories? So from the beginning of my career, I started in a junior dragster. I drove those for 9 years. I drove Super Comp and Super Gas for 5 years. I licensed in an alcohol funny car thinking that I was gonna go the nitro funny car route. And then this is obviously the completion of my 18th year in Pro Stock. So having said all that, I've driven a lot of different things in between all that, from factory shootout cars to top dragsters to top sportsman cars to comp eliminator cars. So long answer to the question, I'll drive anything that I have a chance at driving, but I don't have any active plans to move to another category, although for the right paycheck, I would definitely drive a nitro car. Can we get a 2023 season prediction? So I'd say our eyes are definitely set on big goals for next year, especially after what we accomplished this year. It's been an absolute dream season. I'd say that it'd be really hard to top that, but we've also said that before. So I think the sky is the limit with this group of people that I have and all of our great partners. So I'd say another world championship in 2023 would be our prediction, whether it be my Milling Performance car or one of the other Elite Motorsports house cars. Either way, we'll go to battle every single weekend and try to bring that championship home.